Whoops, and I accidentally hit the button because I was flailing my hands enthusiastically because that's me. Right, okay, so she was talking about how it's Sin's fault that her cousin would paint her nails red because clearly the fact that he banged her cousin has suddenly made her become this wanton harlot. Blah blah blah. Oh, her friend's mother running off with her boss. Sin seemed responsible somehow. But as I ran it over in my head, I knew how paranoid it would sound coming out of my mouth. I also wanted to ask you something, he said. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. This is the onomatopoeia which represents the sound of his boots. He was so close to me now. I reached for my cat, and he gave her easily. She nuzzled my neck. So ask it. It's gotten so cold, he said. A neat trick, by the way. Brava. Was he inferring that I made the Fahrenheit fall? And, in fact, had I? He held out his hand. Shall we go inside? How easy just to take it. To let him lead me through the door. Then maybe we'd build a fire. We'd stretch out before it, and he'd explain everything away. Even make his seduction of Pen reasonable and forgivable. And once in that cliched romantic setting, my lashes would flutter, overwhelmed by the day's tumultuous events. I would sink into Sin, into his kiss. No! Why couldn't I just hate him? Pure, clean, simple loathing. What flaw in my wiring kept me from kicking this aberrant, inhuman excuse for a boy to the absolute ultimate curb? How many more tricks would it take to set my head on straight? I'm tired, I told him. Resting against the whitewashed clapboard of the house, I realized how true that was. You want to ask me something? Make it quick. Very well, he said. Homecoming. A momentous occasion, I have gathered, particularly the dance at the end of the next week. I would very much like to escort you. Homecoming as a concept didn't jibe with my urban experience. Even senior prom is a bourgeois affair. City kids begrudgingly acquiesce for the kitsch flavor. But he was right. In SWOON, homecoming was critical. To snag Sin Powers as my date would be a social coup. What about Pen, I said. Yes, what about her? Was he kidding? I think in light of recent amorous activities, you'd want to escort her. I glanced across the road. Behind my cousin's bedroom curtain, the lamp threw a soft glow. I bet she's up there right now, waiting for you to ask. Why, you make it sound as though Pen and I are betrothed or some such. He speaks so quaintly because he's from the 18th century, yeah. You're just friends with benefits. The term was new to Sin, but he approved. Yes, that's it precisely. I shook my head. This was all so nuts. But SWOON was turning into a crazy town, so that made sense. Ergo, I offered an insane proposition. How about this? I'll go with you to the homecoming dance. If you ask Pen too, make it a merry threesome. Yeah, that's all I wanted to read. This is really gay. She keeps, kissing her cousin and shit because there's a boy possessing her cousin, so she has to kiss her, and then she wants to invite her to homecoming. I hope you enjoyed it!